Today we're going to take notes on combining like terms. Make sure you have this paper in front of you and we'll get started. So let's start with a little vocabulary. You can only combine terms if they are exactly the same. Like terms are terms that have the same variables. The numbers in front of the variables are called coefficients. And terms with no variables are called constants. So terms with no variables, that's just going to be a number like 3, -11. They have no variable after them. So now we're going to go through and see if these terms are like or unlike. So when you have like terms in an expression, you can combine them. So here we have 4x and 3. 4x and 3. Do they both have a number? Yes, this one has 4, this has 3. Do they both have a variable? This has x, but the 3 has nothing. So they are unlike terms. They are not exactly the same. Let's try the same thing with these three examples. The first one, we have a 4x and a 3y. They both have numbers. They both have variables, but are they the same variable? And because they're not the same variable, one has an x and the other has a y, they are unlike terms. Let's look at the second example. The second example, we have 4x and 3x squared. They both have a number in front of the variable called the coefficient. They both have a variable, and that variable is the same. It's x for both of them. But the 4 does not have an exponent. So because the 3x squared has an exponent, these are unlike terms. The last example is 4x and 3x. 4x and 3x. They both have a coefficient. They both have a variable. And it's the same variable. They're both x's, so these are like terms. So this is just a little reminder that when combining like terms, you're going to circle the like terms and then rewrite the problem with the like terms next to each other. So in this example, we have 3x plus 4y minus 2x. I see that I have a 3x, a 4y, and then a negative 2x. The 3 has an x behind it, and so does the negative 2x. So when I rewrite this one, I'm going to put 3x minus 2x plus 4y. I see that I can combine 3x and 2x. 3 minus 1 is 1, so I have 1x plus 4y, which can also be written as x plus 4y. Now we're going to go through some practice problems. So for this one, I have 2x plus 4 plus 3x plus 8. So I'm going to go through and start with 2x, circle that one. It has an x at the end. 4 does not have an x. 3x has an x. I'm going to circle that one. Those two go beside each other. I'm going to switch colors this time, and you can even switch from a circle to a square, which I'm going to do here. My next term is a 4. Now I look through, do I have any other terms that are just numbers or constants? And in this case I do, and it's an 8. So I'm going to rewrite this equation with the like terms beside each other. So I have 2x plus 3x plus 4 plus 8. And now I can combine my like terms. 2 plus 3 is 5x. 4 plus 8 is 12. And I'm done. These are not like terms. The 5x has an x with it, but when you look at the 12, it does not. So they are not like terms. This is all you can do, and now you're done with this problem. Let's try this one. 2x plus y plus 2 plus a negative 8x plus 5y. First, I'm going to go through and find my like terms. I have a 2x. The next term is a y. They're not the same. After that, I have a 2. That's not the same. Plus a negative 8x. Those are the same, 2x and negative 8x, because they both have the same variable at the end. And then we have a 5y, which is not the same. Y and x are not the same. Next, the next term I have after 2x is y, so I'm going to put a little box around the y. 2 and y are not the same, so then I come all the way to the end. 5y and y are like terms. And the term I'm left with is 2. There's nothing else, so 2 just stays by itself. Now I'm going to rewrite it with the like terms beside each other. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. A 2x plus a negative 8x is negative 6x. This y, there's a 1 in front of it, so 1 plus 5 gives me 6y, and 2 is left all alone. This is your answer. You have no more like terms. Here we have 5x plus 4x. 5x and 4x are like terms, so I can combine them. I don't need to rewrite it. So 4 plus 5 is 9, and then we keep the x. So the answer to this problem is 9x. This time I have 5x plus 4x plus 1. So I'm going to start, I have 5x. I go through 4x, they're like terms, so I can put a little box around that one. And then the last term I have is 1. 1 does not have an x, so it is not a like term with the 5x and the 4x. Now I'm going to rewrite it. 5x plus 4x plus 1. I can combine my like terms. 5x plus 4x gives me 9x. The 1 stays by itself. So your answer is 9x plus 1. This time I have 16x plus 2x. 16 has an x behind it, so does the 2x, so I don't need to rewrite this one. 16 plus 2 is 18, and you keep the variable of x, and you're all done. 16x plus 2x equals 18x. 2x minus x is our next problem. 2x minus x. They're the same, they're like terms. So I remember that I can put a 1 in front of the x. So this is just 2 minus 1, which is 1x, which can also be written as x. And that is your answer. You are all done. Here's another long one for us. We have 15x. It is like terms with the 20x. It isn't like with the 5 or the 10, but 5 and 10 are like terms. They have no variable after them, they're just constants. So I don't need to rewrite this one because the like terms are beside each other. So now I can just combine. 15x plus 20x is 35x plus 5 plus 10 is 15. So your answer is 35x plus 15. 35x plus 15, you can't combine them because the first term has an x and the second term does not. For our last example, we have 5y plus 2x minus 4x plus 3. 5y has no other like terms, so I move on to the 2x. 2x and negative 4x are like terms, and then I'm left with the 3. I don't need to combine anything, but I do need to keep, change opposite for the terms in the middle. So I'm going to rewrite it as 5y plus 2x. I'm going to keep the 2x, change the subtraction to a positive, and take the opposite of 4x. Then plus 3. 5y stays the same. 2x plus a negative 4x is negative 2x plus 3. I have no more like terms, so this is your final answer. Please make sure you bring this sheet with you to class, and we will continue working on this during class.